when Moses came and he went to meet God on that mountain, and he went up there and interceded for their behalf, but they didn't understand that. Moses was separated like we need to be separated. I tell you what, we need to have a strange character. In fact, we need to have what the world calls being weird. Those weird people at that church out there in Lymburn. The greatest report we could have is that people think that we're strange and weird and wonder what's wrong with us. And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with us. It's what's wrong with them, because they don't understand. And so it's easier to stone one another. It's easier to avoid one another. It's easier for our families not to have anything to do with us because we're the weird ones, we're the strange ones. We go to church, we go to fellowship meetings, we go to camp meetings, we do weird things, we go to Africa. Weird things. People would leave and go to Africa. And when I heard that report, and Brother Paul said, I don't know how to tell you this. He said, but God's called us back to Africa. And the only thing I could think of to say was, good. Good. Because we're hearing what God is saying to us. Finally, the message is getting through, and we're making the sacrifices, and we're putting our lives out there. We're putting our reputations, we're putting our finances out there. We're putting everything we've got out there because He has stood over us and cried, "Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem." There's power in just those few words. And these words are going to haunt you. And you're going to go home and you're going to hear the Lord saying to you personally, and calling you His Jerusalem, His beloved. And how more personal could He get with us than to call us by the name of that city of God? And He even called the ones that stoned the prophets. He was putting that word out to them. Doesn't make any difference how many times you failed or how many times you missed the mark. It's how many times you're going to get up and you're going to start again. It's not the falling down, it's the getting up part. We've all fallen. We've all missed the mark. And here's what happened, that when Moses was up on the mountain, the children of Israel grew restless. And Aaron and Miriam, Moses' brother and sister, lost their focus. And the children of Israel wanted something other than waiting for the man of God to come back down from the mountain. The mountain experiences are wonderful and they're good and they're necessary, but it comes the time that we have to come down off that mountain. And we have to speak what God has spoken to us in the privacy of that secluded place. And before Moses could come down off the mountain, Aaron had decided he would, what I would say, placate, ease the feelings of the children of Israel. And he said, Aaron said, well, okay, let's do something. Bring me all your gold. And in Exodus 32 and 24, when Moses came down off the mountain and he saw the children of Israel worshiping this golden calf. He said, Aaron, what happened? Aaron said, I don't know. I just threw the gold in the fire. Now come this golden calf. Had nothing to do with it. We need to be careful, because we serve, this God is a jealous God. This Jehovah is a jealous God. And He's as jealous over you as any lover would ever be. And He will love you even in your infidelities. Even when you commit spiritual adultery and you have a golden calf, something we can see, something we can feel, something we can touch, something we can worship, something tangible. But it becomes an idol. And all of this stuff that we're trying to do, like becoming the success and making money and finding the right mate and having the perfect children and creating the perfect home, all of those things become idols to us. They're not wrong in their rightful place, but they're wrong when they become more important to us than this God who cried over us, "Oh Jerusalem, Jerusalem." Put your name in there. Instead of Jerusalem, put your name in there and see what it sounds like. Oh. It'll drive you into that place of repentance. That's why I said this is the perfect picture of the amazing grace of God that we have scorned for so long. Either because we just didn't understand it or because we didn't want to, because our carnality got in the way. And our excuses are yards and yards long. Our excuses are longer than our Christmas list. Because it just goes on and on. All these excuses that we make. And we're like the children of Israel who want something exciting, something we can touch and feel and caress, because we've grown tired of waiting. And the word says, they that wait upon the Lord. Some of you have waited a short span of time. Some of you have waited weeks and you're tired of waiting. Well, I want God to show up, and I want Him to show up now. I want God to speak to me, and I want Him to speak to me now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to wait for anything. We don't even want to wait for our coffee. Let's go to Tim Hortons and go through the drive-in. We can suck it up on when we're going to wherever it is that we've got to get to. We're in such a hurry. There are men and women going to Las Vegas to go through the 5-minute marriage thing and get quickie married, and then they don't like that and they go back to get a quickie divorce. We're putting God in this quickie thing, and we're saying, God, answer me quickly. Don't grow tired of waiting on the Lord to supply your need, or to expose the gifts that are in you, or call you into your ministry. Don't grow weary of waiting, because as soon as you do, up will pop a golden idol. And we'll say, oh, this is what I've waited for. Look what happened. Look what we've got. So we need to wait for the promise. So the question that I want to ask you is, what has become your golden